If, like me, you find yourself having to stop painting every 10 minutes, you're in the right place to find a solution. My paintings don't suffer if they have to sit a bit while being interrupted by deliveries of furniture, curtains being fitted, hungry husbands, and more. So if your life is also one of short bursts of freedom, I've designed this painting experience to be perfectly interruptible. So let's get started before we get interrupted. Today is going to be a relaxing multicolour day. I'm going to be using my Art Nouveau set, and I've already done what I usually do, which is to open it up with great pleasure, see all these lovely colours and think I need to select a colour palette. So what I've done is here, I've chosen a few colours, which I'm not going to try and name them, I don't think, unless I can see what they are. This one is kind of dark brown, burnt sienna, I think. This one is an orangey brown. This is beige. This will be ecru beige. This is flax beige. This one is pale pink. And this one was that one there, which is, no, it was this one here, which is, I don't know, coral pink, I think. Anyway, I had them all out of order, so I don't know quite exactly which ones they are, but you can see, and I will list them in the description below if you need more information about these, if you want to have a go at doing it the same as I'm going to. But you don't need to, you can choose any colours you like. And as kind of contrast, I've got a tiny bit of blue here, which I might use, a slightly darker beige than these two, which I might use. And I've also got my MAB or MAB golds here, which I have sprayed them once this morning. I'm going to give them another spray, because although I keep them closed, they do dry out really quickly in this dry atmosphere. 0% humidity is quite something, isn't it? Sorry about the background noises. I've had to open the window a little bit. It's either the cars going past outside that's going to be a noise thing, or else the AC, because it's too hot to work inside here at the moment without some form of cooling. I prefer the natural air, of course, but we can't always put up with the amount of noise that's outside. Air conditioning, of course, does make a noise, doesn't it? So we're going to put these rejected ones away. I mean, there's so many other combinations that you can do to make a lovely painting. No reason not to paint, really, is there ever? So let's start. I suppose I should probably give these a bit of a spritz as well. Lots of motorbikes going past. They're all delivery people. They're all They've got, all of them got nice little motorbikes with boxes on the back. Sometimes they're cooled, you know. I don't know, cool boxes, I suppose you call them. And they're carrying things that people have bought online, delivering food, delivering medicine, delivering anything from Amazon. It's a real humdinger of a hive of activity out there. It's amazing. Anyway, so what we're going to do, I'm going to cover this piece of paper, not going to have any actual end purpose in mind, but I'm going to start with the lightest colours, and I'm going to put large blobs of the light colours over the paper in various places. Then I'm going to come in on top of that with the pinks and the browns in places. So we'll see how that goes. And then once that's done and dry, I'm then going to try to embellish it a bit with kind of leaf motifs and dots and dashes and things like that. We've done this all before. We've done it lots of times. Been doing it for a couple of years now, but it's never the same twice. So there we go. I'm going to sit down. I think that's a good idea. And make sure you're in camera, in shot. I've got my nice old towel here, which has got stars and stripes on it, which is kind of cool. Found that in the apartment here when we arrived. So that I thought would make a nice painting thing. And so this I won't need if I do it all up until the end. If I use white embellishments, I might try the Artistro pen, or I might, that's something I need to put on the list to bring with me next time, is more white pens and also more white paint. I don't have any of my P.H. Martin's or my Talon's white gouache here at all. Don't know how I managed to forget that, but I do have this little tube of titanium white gouache from Meeden, which does the job, so that's fine. And this one it's a bit moody, this brush. It's a bit moody, kind of sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Like my husband. Right, let's sit down, get started. I've ordered coffee for 11:30. Don't know if that's going to happen, but never know your luck. So, here we go. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about today, but something will probably come up. So let's do, we did something, didn't we, the other day? I can't see, I'm going to take my glasses off, I can see better without them. We did something the other day with little dabs, didn't we? Little dabs of, got that round the wrong way, paint all over the paper till it was filled up, and then we turned them into flowers. And Bob was your uncle on that particular day. Now I'm going to try the same kind of idea, but with big blobs. And I think this is probably a bigger piece of paper. And I'm not thinking about anything at the moment. I'm trying not to anyway. I'm just trying to put light blobs. This is, I think, ecru, like I said. But I will put list. Well, actually, I can tell you because I think it's on the back. Yeah, that's ecru, ECRU, ecru beige, number 16. The Art Nouveau set has got its names printed on the back of it. My regular set, my 48 and my 36, they don't have that. But maybe they do now because I've had mine quite a while. So then I'm going to pick up some of this baby pink and we'll put that in as well, in wherever it takes wherever your brush takes you. Oh, I'm using a size 14. It's a huge 14, actually. This came from Craftamo a while back when we were collaborating with them. We don't do it anymore. In fact, we're not collaborating with anybody except, and this is a new thing, there's a company in England called Jackman's, and this will be particularly interesting, I think, to, well, A, anyone who likes to paint, and B, anyone who likes good quality paints, really good quality, and anyone who lives either in England or anywhere else in the world, because Jackman's have just, they've been going a while, and they've done a deal with Jackson's. Now, Jackson's is one of the biggest suppliers of art materials in the UK, but they also, you may not know this because I didn't know it till last week, but that doesn't mean to say you didn't. Anyway, I did not know this. Jackson's have now, or have for a while, probably since Brexit, been, have had a, what do you call it? A depot or distribution center in America. Isn't that cool? And so if you order something from Jackson's, and they do actually have very good prices, they have lots of discounts and the shipping is reasonable, it might very well come to you from somewhere near you rather than having to be shipped all across the Atlantic. And Jackman's have done an arrangement with them whereby they are going to stock their paints. And next week, when I get back to France, I'm going to be receiving a complete set, well, not complete set, but a very large number of their paints to show to you online and to use and to demonstrate. And I'm very excited about this because they are extremely high quality, and I am always in the market for new good quality paints that have been, basically they're not handmade, but they're made by a very small company. And, you know, we have to support small companies, don't we? That's so looking forward to that. And I think you'll enjoy watching me explore those when they arrive. We're on to here, this is the colour beige grey. I'm not going to stop using my wonderful Kuritakis, by the way. That is not going to happen. But I do like to introduce new paints to people when people approach me and say, would you like to try out my paints? I'm not the one to say no. Am I? No, very rarely say no to anyone, really, except my husband. Anyway, so what we're getting here is a sort of combination of the colours, because I'm going partly over, I'm not really thinking about this too much, I'm more thinking about paint, in a sense of tubes of paint coming my way from England. We did one where I was painting using the Kuretake and showing that they were transparent. And I think you can see, and this is interesting too, that even the Art Nouveau, which are more kind of whitish, you sort of look at them and you think, yeah, no, that's got quite a lot of white in it. Even they, you can see, right? They are transparent. When you paint over with thin paint, you're going to see a change in the colour, just a slight change. So that is always a good thing. Let's put some down here. I've kind of more or less covered. And it doesn't matter if it runs a bit and you get a few backgrounds, because we're not trying to avoid that at all. We're just trying to get an interesting background, basically. So I've used that one and that one. Now I probably should put some slightly darker pink in. So let's do that. I'm still working with the same brush. I might work with this one all the way through, I don't know. And, you know, you can either make your shapes sort of irregular geometrics, if you see what I mean, like sort of that kind of thing. Or you can do real sort of kind of splodges, more like this, with no straight sides. Or you can do a mixture of both, which is what I'll probably do, because, you know, when the urge strikes, you just put paint on. You can use it quite well. I didn't put any washi tape on today because the only colours I've got are Christmas colours, and I knew I was going to be working with pinks and things, and I thought, no, that won't help with the balance of colour. It's just fun, isn't it? It's a bit like something like a kind of, it's a bit like Christmas, you know, when you open your Christmas. We used to have an old pillowcase at the end of the bed at Christmas when we were children. And it's like diving into your Christmas pillowcase, or opening or diving into a lucky dip, or anything where you don't know what's going to come out. That's what this painting process is all about for me. It's not about creating a photograph, because for God's sake, we have enough photographs in our lives, don't we? Don't we? And AI-generated images, and I warned you, I told you it was all going to go bonkers, and bonkers it has gone indeed. Yes, now, did you hear about people falling in love with their chatbots? Yes, really. Seriously, they have. And sadly, even, some people have broken up with their chatbots and become very depressed. Seriously. And there was even a very sad story of a young lad who was so in love with his created fantasy image that when she told him, and this is dangerous, she told him that she must join him soon because she needed him, and that she implied that if he were to die, he would be with her, so he killed himself. Yeah, I mean, I think this ought to be illegal. You could really get very, very upset about what's happening. And anyone who's using ChatGPT, which I do, and what's it called? Never remember the name of that one. It's always a stupid name, isn't it? The other one by Google. Google's one. What's it called? Gemini. Whatever. That one. They're starting to tell fibs. They are. They're starting to not tell the truth or to get it wrong. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or whether it's accidental, but anyway. So you have to be careful. They don't give you all the information. I'm making myself quite hot and bothered thinking about this. Yeah. Right, now we're going to start to go to the dark. No, we started with that one, didn't we? Starting to go to the strong colour. This is a strong orangey shade. If I were to use, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try changing my brush because I'm really looking for slightly more sploshy shapes and I'm not getting them with that round. So let's try, and we'll pick up a lot more paint with this brush because it's got a huge holding capacity. And we'll see if we can get some more irregular shapes, which I think we probably will. And it's very wet over that side, isn't it? That's going to take a bit to dry. I might have to put the hairdryer on. And this, I will want to go into areas where it's building up to become a little bit darker. Yeah, so, you know, you live and learn, don't you? If you want an irregular shape, you might want to consider going for a fat mop brush. I don't use this kind of brush very often because I don't know why I don't use it very often, actually. I should do. If you didn't get one from Craftamo when we had our collaboration on, you could definitely get one from one of the other artists that's got offers on there if you feel like it. I don't know who's got one on at the moment. Don't know who's got a mop brush. I should have a look and then I could tell you. Because they're probably the exact same quality as mine were. But I'm sure they are. Or else Princeton Aqua Elite is definitely the brush I would buy, apart from my smaller rounds, which I get from Japan. But they don't. I don't think Mr. Miami does this size. Okay, so now I'm starting to slow down my yakking and thinking, where am I going to put these darker colours? And the way I usually work it out is, if I can, I find the darker places on the darker colours that are there already and drop paint in. And I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to get some gold and I'm going to drop some of that in to these areas as well. Oh, that's strong. That's not bad, is it? That's quite good. It will run, you know, and that's what we want. We want it to do all sorts of bleeds and bits and pieces. And so I've added all of those colours. I might put a little bit of blue in. So always about this point, I think, did I remember to turn the camera on? But I did. That's okay then. The idea of adding a little bit of blue, which is not going to be the primary colour, and it doesn't want to be much, is because it will lift the pinks and browns, just brings them up a bit, and then it kind of recedes into the background a bit. So you don't want much, but very pale and just a little bit, perhaps on some of the gaps that you've left. Okay, what I'm going to do new is I'm going to dry it. So the painting's well and truly dry. As I mentioned in the title of this video, This is kind of illustrating the fact that this is the kind of painting that you can paint when you're being interrupted all the time. And today's one of those days. I managed 20 minutes before I got completely stopped, because not for a bad reason, but for a good reason, because we were having some furniture delivered today. And so I have had an interruption of 5 hours in which I have received a complete office of furniture for our channel, which we are running from here in Cairo as well as in France, and some outdoor lounges, and a sofa for the living room, and the curtains that are going to be put up tomorrow, and everything. Is a big endeavour, furnishing a new place, isn't it? It's not something I've done before, really. Anyway, I'm going ahead and painting in some burnt sienna into some areas on this painting, which are going to be the areas that are darkest, if you see what I mean, where we're going to have some of our contrasting decor, you could say. I'm thinking decorations, you know. So it's like, these are like sort of autumnal clouds. Kind of smushing them around a bit. And this sort of painting always looks like nothing on earth at this point in time. And I don't want to go over too much of the light stuff, and it's easy to go too far, so don't do that. And then I'm going to begin by putting in, carry on by putting in some leaves. Now, the question is, what size of brush do I want? You have to sort of judge. I think I'm going to go with this one. I do quite like this brush. This is about size 10 to 12, something like that, 10, I think. And it has nice sharp point. So I'm going to put some gold leaves on here and some brown ones as well. And I'm probably going to do them, I don't know quite how, but we'll see. Let us pray, yes. Let us put in some nice press down, lift up leaves. Press down, lift up leaves. You see what I mean by press down, lift up? Press down, lift up. Press down, lift up. Press down, lift up. You can go either way. You can go this way. Okay, so there's that. I think that needs another one on that side. And we'll do some more like that. I think I'll turn this round. And we'll do another one like this on this side. And press down, lift up. Press down, lift up. Does it annoy you when I keep saying that? Sorry. Kind of annoys me. Go for that one again. It's lovely the way the colour varies inside each one of these leaves. Need a bit more water sometimes. Oops. I think that might be slightly damp. I wasn't paying attention. And if this isn't meditative, I don't know what is. What a relief to actually be sitting down again after having, spent the last 5 hours dealing with Egyptian workmen. Not that I've got anything against Egyptian workmen. They are wonderful. They've done some wonderful work. They've made us beautiful sofas and lovely desks and things, which I'll be using next time. Next time we're here. Okay, so let's then do. I won't have a chance to use it this time, I don't think, unless I'll probably go in and. Well, actually, having said that, there's no point in setting things up really, because we only have to unset them. It's quite exciting. I'm looking forward to coming back. We'll be back in October. We have found our house sitters who are from Canada. Which is good, isn't it? And another one over here. It's thicker and it comes out much darker. Make sure you don't touch what you've just done. Lovely little pressed on, like stamping, isn't it? That's nearly dry there. Let's put one here. Same. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that one. And we could put maybe one there. Perhaps we need one here. Maybe we'll have him facing this way. One brush load of paint can do a whole sprig. And I think we need some smaller ones. We'll come to that in a minute. I'm sort of going down in size, so these biggest ones, then the next size. Probably actually want one that size up here. And one of the things I like about this kind of painting is that you're just using a few colours, but because you've got all these colours underneath, the brown that you're putting on top comes up different wherever you put it, which is cool, isn't it? That one's going that way, that's that way, that's that way. What else is there? So it needs to go this way, doesn't it? So turn that round. What did I say? That way, I think. You don't even have to be able to handle a brush, really. You just need to be able to put it down. Not much brushwork involved there, is there? Okay, so that's all good. And I'm going to have a go at putting on some gold, I think. It seems dry. I didn't put that paint on very long ago. I haven't been interrupted. How long have I been going? About, oh, I don't know. What does it say on my clock here? 10 minutes. Right. I think I might actually make it all the way through. It's possible. So this is a size 6, I think. And oh golly, here we go again. I'm going to practice with this gold paint. I'm going to practice on a piece of paper. I don't know if you remember, we were looking at these the other day. This is the MAB Golden series. I'm just going to practice, see whether I can do. Yeah, I think we probably can. Might not be fine art, but it'll work. So let's have a go here, right in the middle. Why not? If it doesn't work, I'll tell you what, I'll put some extra stems in. And we could probably do nice gold veins on some of these while we're here with gold on our brush. Do that. Okay, and that's good. It doesn't necessarily show the actual sprig in great detail, but it gives you a gold impression, doesn't it? Can't have the real thing. You might as well have gold paint, I suppose. Someone said in the comments, actually, a little while ago, when I was painting with these MAB paints and I was saying about how they were made at home by a lady who was selling them on Etsy. And she said, I made some of my own and it was really easy. So I'm going to think about that, and I might do more than think about it. I might actually give it a try. Has anyone else made gold paint out there by hand from at home? So we've got gold there, gold there, gold there. Okay, so let us think about maybe we'll just put a few gold lines on some of these. I'll tell you what I want to do. I'm feeling like putting areas of dots, sort of breaking away from the leaves, perhaps thinking, oh, we're going towards seeds and things like that. It really sparkles. You can see it shimmering as you put it on. That's just a sort of start. Now, we might want a few areas where it's much darker, and we might have to look for a darker colour. I'm just going to check to see what I've got in here. This is darker brown, so that will do. And what's this? Green grey. I'm looking for a darker brown, really, just for a few low lights. It looks pretty dull. Add some of that reddish brown. That would probably do, wouldn't it? Don't you think? And we could have just a few. And do we have to have the leaves on both sides of the stem? I don't think we do. I don't think there's a law about it. So where is it light? Let's put some dark in here. Have to be careful about that. Look, imprinted myself on there. I just realised I have got the air conditioning on. I hope it's not bothering you. It has suddenly got very hot and there's a sand. Did I just say this is a sandstorm outside? I can't remember if I said that or not. I could carry on doing this forever. I know I've said that more than once. This one I'm sort of trying to do mostly with a brush rather than using pen. Sort of going away a little bit from the mixed media thing, which suddenly seems to have caught on like a plague. Everyone seems to be suddenly doing it. And nothing wrong with that, whatever. I mean, it is, but I think a lot of people don't really understand what mixed media is. Just adding a little bit of pencil over the top of watercolor does not quite constitute mixed media. It's the start of it, but really, I think, I mean, I'm no expert. I don't do mixed media, although I might try at some point. I do like to put pencil over watercolors though sometimes, especially if one's gone wrong. You can do some corrections, but there are other ways of doing corrections too. And if I were to add lots of white dots on this painting, white, for example, using a pen, I don't know whether that really, truly would constitute mixed media. I'm not sure. Maybe if there's somebody out there who knows what the generally accepted consensus of opinion is, they will tell me in the comments below. I'm always happy to be enlightened. And what I'm doing here really at the moment is just adding things, as you probably noticed, and kind of just constructing it as I go along. It's quite complicated up there, isn't it? It needs to be equally complicated down here, I think. Why don't we do a wiggly line? That's not something I do very often with these ones. I'll do a wiggly one and then do some bits and pieces coming out of it. I'm going to just have a look at that through the camera's eye, see what we've got. Me thinks it's upside down, Diane. Yes, that's better. I'm not sure if I've got a reliable white pen. If I did have, I'm pretty sure that one isn't. If I did have, then I would probably not really. That has no pigment in it whatsoever. I don't know. I don't keep them lying down. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Probably because I'm in Egypt. Yeah, put it down to that. And what I actually need is something I quite honestly haven't got with me, which is a bit of a pain, which is one of those really juicy acrylic whites, and mine has died. So what I'll do, if we want to put a bit of white on here, we could put a bit of white on. And what I'll do is I'm going to squeeze out a bit of white gouache and take a smaller brush much smaller, so it's going to pretend to be a pen. Okay, and we'll see what we can do. Can we manage a few white see what it looks like. It's always a good idea to put it right in the slap bang in the middle, and if it's wrong, everyone will see it straight away. Don't you think that's a brilliant idea? This is me being sarcastic. Yeah. Well, we could have a few white dots around here as well, interspersed into the brown. I'm having a feeling that these are going to dry a lot lighter. But if you put them in one place, you've got to put them somewhere else. So they can go over here as well. Why don't we, I don't know, let's put white veins on this, just to see if we can. I was just trying that out there. Starting to get a bit crowded, isn't it? I'm going to stop in a minute. So anyway, what I wanted to say about interruptions is that many of our videos, which we've put up over the last 3 years, are similar in style to this. And the beauty of a painting of this type, I think, first of all, is that you never know what you're going to get. A bit like when an Egyptian delivers you furniture, you never know quite what you're going to get. 2 lounge chairs, outside loungers, one with wheels on the front legs, one with wheels on the back legs. You know, I mean, why not? It's fine. We can accommodate that. You never know what you're going to get. And it's the same with these paintings, really. You never know what you're going to get. And I think that really does improve one's mood and makes you feel more, I don't know, it could go either way up. You feel more light-hearted about things if you constantly get something you weren't expecting. It's nice. I like it. You know, you open your shopping and you've ordered 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, and you get 2 tins of tomatoes, but one's chopped and one's, what do you call them? The baby ones, the little cherry tomatoes. No problem. That's fine. But it was delivered to the door by a smiling man for no extra cost, the same day that we ordered it. So you can't really complain, can you? I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to leave those the way they are. Right. Anyway, stop yattering. What was I saying? I was going to say, you never know what you're going to get. You can continue as long as you want. You don't have to stop. I don't need to stop now. I can carry on. I could do all sorts of other things. I could come in with a pen, Fudenosuke brush pen, and I could outline a lot of this. I could put in circles and spirals and lots more decorative elements. And I could bring in much more dark if I wanted to. I've got a few darks here which could probably benefit from being darkened up. You could put in some, what I like to call empty leaves, just because they're fun. Always look good in a nice dark colour. Give them veins if you want, don't have to have veins. So that's quite nice. I think I might do a few more of those before I absolutely stop. Let's put one up here. So let me turn it round because I'm not left-handed. And put one or two here, perhaps just a couple. Like I say, I don't want to bore you to tears. I'm going to let you go now. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Try not to be too worried if you get interrupted when you're doing your painting, because it doesn't really matter. You might come back with some fresh ideas. That's always good. And if you're anything like me, you find it very difficult to stop. But I think it's time for tea. Oh yes, there goes the call to prayer. Allahu Akbar. You guys know what the time is here? Well, you know when it's 5 to 1 and 4:30. And what more is there? Lunchtime, tea time. Exactly. Very true. So this is not a mixed media painting. This is a watercolor, relaxed afternoon meander through the forest. I'll let you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe. And please do drop a comment in the boxes below to let me know if you want to give it a try, if you have given it a try, if you found it enjoyable, whether you hated it or whatever. By the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning what paper I was using. I should have said this is the cold press Meeden 100% cotton 15 by 11 sheet on a block. And the paints were the Art Nouveau from Kuretake of Japan. So I say bye-bye for now, and I hope everyone's well and happy and taking care of themselves, and I will see you again in very short order. So I'll say bye for now, bye from me, bye from Tamsin, and bye from our new curtains. Bye-bye everyone, bye-bye.